Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today's video is an introduction to complex numbers. In previous courses to complex variable, we worked mainly with real numbers, and on some occasions we encountered an imaginary number that we didn't fully understand. A complex number is a combination of an imaginary and a real number. An imaginary number is that number that when squared gives a negative result. A real number are all rational and irrational numbers. They can also be positive, negative, or zero. An irrational number are any real number that is not a rational number. A rational number are the numbers you can make by dividing one integer by another, but not dividing by zero. Integers are the whole numbers, 1, 2, 3, even negative whole numbers. And natural numbers are the whole numbers from 1 upwards. A complex number, z, is defined as an ordered pair, z equal to a, b, where a and b are real numbers. This complex number can also be written in the binomial form, z equal to a plus psi b, where the first element is the real part of the complex number, and the second element is the imaginary part. We can represent a complex number in the complex plane. The horizontal axis represents the real number, and the vertical axis represents the imaginary number. When z is equal to a plus ib, the complex conjugate z line is equal to a minus ib, and the ordered pair of this complex conjugate is a, minus b. This is the reflection of the point z equal to a plus ib with respect to the real axis. Another representation for the complex number is using polar coordinates. Let's begin with the complex plane, where z is equal to a, b. And r is the vector from the origin to the point z. Using trigonometry, we know that theta is the angle formed from the real axis to the vector. Then, using basic trigonometry, we know that a and b can also be represented as follows, and r is the norm of the vector. Finally, we can get the representation of z as an ordered pair and also in the binomial form by substituting a and b in the normal form. Let's practice what we learned in this video by solving an exercise. If z is equal to 3, minus 2, what is the binomial form, the complex conjugate, the vector in the complex plane, and the polar form? We are going to use the complex and conjugate number equations, and also the polar form equations. We are going to start solving this problem by identifying the real part of z, in this case is equal to 3, and the imaginary part of z equal to minus 2. The next step is to write the binomial form. Remember, this form is called the ordered pair, and the binomial form is as follows. Now we want to know the complex conjugate. By using the formula, z line is equal to 3, 2, and we can also write this form into the binomial form. These two vectors represent the complex number and the complex conjugate number. We want to know theta to get the polar form. In this step, we are only substituting the numbers, and also in r we are substituting the numbers. Remember that r is the norm of the vector. Okay, we have theta and r, and we want to know a and b. So the next step is to substitute these values into A and B. And finally, we can get the polar form as the binomial form or as an ordered pair form. Remember, this is the ordered pair form and this is the binomial form, and these answers are for the polar form. Okay, well, this is everything for today. I hope to see you in the next video. We are going to study operations with complex numbers, and well, I hope to see you in our next videos.
Want to learn more? Check out the next video. Quick reminder to subscribe to Geekly EDU.